Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at ACHR Aviation. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I just wanted to remind you all that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now, in the case of this chart, I am tracking two main interpretations here on the long time frame, and one of them is more directly bullish that allows a much shorter retracement and a more direct continuation to the upside, while the other expects really a deeper retracement, and instead it would be the more bullish outlook for the long term in this interpretation, and this would be the white scenario where we are tracking here a triple 1-2 setup. So here we would have a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, and then another 1-2, and yet again 1-2, but I am not looking at this as the wave 2 bottom. Instead, I am still looking for this correction to continue within the wave 2, because this movement that formed here to the upside looks a lot more like an ABC pattern, and we can't really have that within a wave 3. That would have to be either a wave 1A or a wave A in a leading diagonal, or a wave C or a fifth wave in an ending diagonal. So this could not be the third wave that is developing to the upside in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would have to be another 1-2 setup in the idea that we are tracking an impulse to the upside, and that would really become quite let's say unrealistic. We already have a triple 1-2 setup. We don't need an additional even larger 1-2 setup that would be developing. That I would much rather see a deeper retracement right now within the wave 2, and for this I would expect this wave 2 to overall hold between the $7 level down to the $3.9, and within it I would only really expect to form a 5-wave move to the downside within the wave C, ideally breaking below the A wave low, but that is not a necessity. And yeah, we could overall form a smaller 5-wave move and retrace and reset this wave 2 even here, and that would be totally fine, to be honest. But again, this would be the interpretation for the tracking, the idea of tracking an impulse to the upside. Also, having another retracement here to the downside is not bearish. It is in fact bullish on the long time frame. Overshooting wave Bs happen very often more in the wave 4, but sometimes they do also appear in wave 2s, and they are usually a precedent for a very strong movement that would follow to the upside, as they are really just a very strong anticipation of a strong movement that is to follow. Now, to move on to the other scenario, we are tracking, instead of having a triple 1-2 setup within an impulse here, we would be tracking a leading diagonal that is forming to the upside, and in that case I would say that okay, this is a wave 1 up, this would still be a wave 2 down, and instead of having here a wave 1 up, this could be an A wave up, a B wave down, and now we would be within the C wave that would push even higher. And in this case it is totally fine for whoops, let me change the degree instead here. In this case, for this wave C, it is totally fine to have an ABC structure within the wave 1, because then I can just say, okay, this is developing as an ending diagonal. That is common, that is normal, and that is expected, in fact. So I would not really have a problem to find support directly in this area and continue within the third wave to the upside, and then get a fourth and a fifth, and complete an overall larger wave 3 within the yellow interpretation. But as you can see, within this idea we would already have the wave 3 complete. Within the white interpretation, really we would have a 1-2, 1-2, then after this 1-2 completes, we would have this third wave up, we would expect a fourth and a fifth, and that would only be this overall third wave, where we would expect an additional 2 more 4-5 4-5 patterns, and this would overall allow the chart to push much higher and in a much more bullish structure that would be also more reliable. But we don't get to choose which scenario we follow, but we can track both. And in case of the yellow scenario, I would be looking to find support in the area between, let's see, the $9.7 down to the $6.7 level, and I would expect this correction to develop as an ABC pattern, could be a WXY, but the idea is it is a 3-wave move, whereas in the white scenario I would be looking to develop a 5-wave move to the downside within the wave C. Now that is ideally, there are other options there as well, but the idea is in the area in yellow, if you want to choose this one to track and to enter some positions here, that is fine. That is your choice where you enter and how you strategize all of this. I am just saying that this area allows with higher probabilities to find support and create the reaction in the third wave to the upside, and breaking below it, breaking below it, below the 78.6% retracement at the $6.7 level, would not be formal invalidation. That would need to be breaking below this wave B bottom that formed here in April, and yeah, then I would have to really shift to only tracking the white scenario. And all of these also apply to the larger support zone in the white scenario. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.